What do government regulations on consumer products cost us in this country? Well, according to the Competitive Enterprise Institute, $1.88 trillion were wasted in economic productivity for businesses and higher prices for Americans in 2014. That's about $15,000 for every household. So how much do consumer laws actually protect U.S. consumers, and how much actually overrides us? Well, my guest, Julie Gunlock, joined me in the studio to weigh in on what hot consumer item, kind of interesting here, at the center of a controversy in New York right now. She's policy director at Independent Women's Forum and the author of the book, From Cupcakes to Chemicals. Check it out.
The federal government, and actually a lot of state and local governments, are getting in this really bad habit of trying to find solutions to really non-problems and then making the problem worse. And this is the exact thing that's happening in New York, where they have banned what's called flushable wipes.
Okay. Which is a huge consumer product. And
yes.
It's a high demand and it makes a ton of money. So it does affect business a lot.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it also affects consumers.
Right.
I mean, moms love this, the elderly, they love hospitals, elder care facilities, daycares, they use these products. And now you've got a ban on these products. And the whole problem is that the infrastructure in New York and several other large cities, they have some problems with their sewage. And so it does get clogged up. But the flushable wipes are designed to disintegrate just like toilet paper. And so you have a ban on flushable wipes because people are, they're flushing, you know, the wipes that take off your makeup, the wipes that are disinfectants.
And well, they're labeled as flushable, therefore people flush them. But as far as you say, the Clorox stuff that disinfects institutions and everything like that, those are labeled as non-flushing.
Yes, and those actually are made out of plastic particles that don't disintegrate, and so you're not supposed to flush them. I mean, you've got a problem, but then the solution is to ban the very thing that's designed to be flushed. And so, you know, this means mothers are not going to have the products they like, elder care facilities are not going to have the products they like, and that's a problem.
Well, it's also a sanitation issue at a lot of facilities, especially. Let's talk about the consumer products that are at the manufacturer's level, at the business level. They're called on to put warnings on things.
That's right.
Household cleaners, maybe they're urged not to make them anymore. Yeah. Instead of putting that old Mr. Yuck sticker that I grew up with, they're being asked to curtail their product.
Right.
You mentioned laundry pods is an example.
Yeah, so you know, you've got another example of this where there was an effort to ban those laundry pods. They're small little pods. They're very convenient. I love them. You just toss them in. Also, they're used for dishwashers as well. And there was an effort to ban them because kids supposedly were getting a hold of them and eating them like candy, which
like everything else they try to eat like candy.
They didn't really look
whatever.
like candy, but you know, there is some consumer responsibility here. Parents need to put these items on a higher shelf. They need to get, you know, a lot of cleaning products have to be out of the reach of children.
I mean,
and so we can't just ban products because of one, you know, bad situation. We need to insist that consumers take some responsibility for these consumer products.
Well, we're talking about multi-million-dollar sectors of sort of the consumer landscape. When we're pushing this onto businesses for these regulations, it really affects what they can push out there that a lot of consumers want. And so when it comes to, for instance, you know, New York City, people flush medicines, plastics, all sorts of flushable why not warning labels on those? Well, the chemicals are a huge thing too.
Well, and this is what's interesting is that banning flushable wipes in no way solves the problem. People are flushing things. You mentioned pharmaceuticals. There's a significant problem
talked about that,
with people flushing medicines. It amazes me. I would sort of never do that. But there is a problem with people flushing medicines and other things down the toilet. So when you ban this product that is actually designed to be flushable, you're not preventing people from flushing their makeup wipes or their cleaning wipes. Look, it's understandable. You're in the bathroom. I have 3 little boys.
Yeah.
I clean my toilet every day, and it's understandable that you might want to just throw it in the toilet. But you know, the city would be better to do a public advice campaign, you know, telling people, hey, look, you are
medicines, plastics,
these things are not flushable.
You use in your home.
Yes.
Right. Not only that, but updating your systems.
Yes.
What do you see? You cover consumer issues like this all the time. It costs companies a lot. It really gets a lot of including calorie counts on foods, all these things. You said it's a prime example of nannying in this country by regulating businesses in this way.
It's amazing to me, the minutia, the things, the little things that government is getting into now, demanding certain labels on food, and also really, helping to make consumers afraid of products when there's really no reason to be afraid of them. And I think sort of with this flushable wipes issue, you've got a ban on this. People will think that, well, they're not safe, or they're not
truly
good.
biodegradable.
Right, not truly biodegradable. It's not true. They're designed to disintegrate again, just like toilet paper. And so I think the frustration for a lot of people like me, I'm a mom, I really like these products. To me, it's progress. And then you've got the government stepping in and banning them, taking away a product that I really like. There is a reason that manufacturers develop these products. It's largely because of consumer demand. This is why these products were developed, and now they're being taken out of the system. And again, most of it's based on bad information.
Would you also, though, argue that there are, especially since the Industrial Revolution, there are a lot of consumer products that are really bad for the environment, i.e. Roundup. And so they've found things like chemicals that are disintegrating the environment in ways that, whether consumers want it or not, there've got to be alternatives provided.
Well, I will tell you, if you look at the data on glyphosate, which is the active ingredient in Roundup, it is incredibly non-toxic.
Oh my gosh, we just did a story that it causes cancer. Okay, let's do this.
Yes, this is a whole nother show, right? I'll have to come back and talk about this. But Roundup is actually, it's very safe, and it's a very useful product that farmers use, and largely it's not really toxic. It's
really?
For humans. I mean, look, we have to remember that anything causes cancer in large enough doses. But when you look at a field, an acre field, the amount of glyphosate or Roundup that they're using can fill up a Coke can. The rest is water. It takes very, very little amounts of these agrochemicals to actually do the job. So again, yes, I know
we can talk about that another time. There's plenty, though, that we do agree on.
We do agree, absolutely.
The coming down on corporations.
But I do also think that manufacturers and corporations are often vilified, and I think, look, they don't want to harm their consumers. They do a tremendous amount of safety testing on their products before they make it to market. It is in their interest to avoid any kind of lawsuit. If they harm someone, it could mean billions. It could mean the end of their business.
So you do agree on watchdogs?
Oh, I do. I think that we do need these things, and I think that we need to ensure that corporations know that they are responsible for consumers and for their products being safe. But I think this idea that you sort of see this out there on mommy blogs and other blogs that the supermarket is filled with these toxic ingredients and toxic products is kind of silly.
I agree with you. I mean, we can have a healthy discussion about this, but I think a lot of people agree that it's when it comes to sort of the nanny state on us as Americans wanting our freedom, it does get a little ridiculous.
It does. It does. And again, let's not forget, we have the government actually getting involved in what toilet paper we use. I mean, this is kind of
It is a little freaky.
Right.
Thank you so much, Julie Gunlock, Policy Director, Independent Women's Forum, and author of From Cupcakes to Chemicals. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.